Hello, everyone. Welcome to this video. As you can see, we have Tier Maker open for you, and we have some photos of 22 speed cubes. These are 22 speed cubes that we agreed are the modern speed cubes of today, and we'll be ranking them on this here tier list for your personal enjoyment.
Word of caution, none of this is to be taken super seriously. It's mostly for fun with like a little bit of truth.
Okay.
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay. All right. So it looks like we have some products belonging in the same brand kind of clumped together.
Yep.
Do you want to just go from left to right, or do you want to follow a particular
No,
brand?
I think it's easiest to choose the S tier and the F tier cubes.
Okay. All right.
So I'm gonna make a guess and say that you would like to put the cyoubx in S tier.
I actually would not.
You would not. Okay.
I would not.
Okay. I would put my main in S tier, and that's the RS3M. But I can't.
Okay.
That's this one, right?
I would have done that myself.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think this doesn't really require any explanations. I think most people would agree with this.
Yeah, I think given the cost of the cube and how universally likable it is,
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, it's a no-brainer. And at the MS, I mean, I think it's a great cube, but I don't think it's a cube that's likely to attract everybody or likely to attract a big part of the community. So
Yep.
it's more acquired taste for good people, of course. So
Yes.
yeah.
And then so I have one clear selection for F tier, but I don't know if you feel the same way.
Does it contain the word air?
No, it does not actually.
Oh, okay, all right. Then it must be the Volk Power, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Because I know you had some personal beef with the Gan Air.
Yeah, but I can look beyond that. Like I assume it's a good cube. I'll defer to your judgment for that one. But
Okay.
I think the Volk Power is universally disliked by people.
Except Mats Volk. I mean, the guy won Euros.
That's true.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, sure. From like a consumer perspective, like I think right now, the percentage of people maining the Volk Power is like minuscule.
Yeah, I mean a lot of people still like the Volk 3M more, right?
And they do better on the Volk 3M.
And actually, I think this is for me. I think this is an A tier cube, if not S tier, because it's still relevant today.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
old
for
now.
sure. Yeah, it's
I'm
it's
okay
4
with
years
putting
old.
it here. Yeah,
Okay.
4-year-old
Yeah.
cube, still competitive. I'm gonna put it S tier. It's a good cube.
Okay. So I mean, you're saying that like its history kind of factors into its rating.
Yeah,
too?
yeah. I think it's impressive that a cube that's that old is still favored over cubes that are newer.
Sure. We picked out the three that we thought were kind of, sticking out as like overwhelmingly good, and
Yep.
also the opposite of that. So, would you like to go from like left to right and just
Sure,
do it
yeah,
up?
yeah.
Okay.
So this is the Tengen V1.
Yep, that's the Tangen V1.
New batch or old batch?
I'm assuming now that one's circulated
The
in a new
current,
batch, so-
the current batch.
yeah, the current batch, which was inferior to the old batch. You think, or
What's the difference again? New batch has stronger magnets, right?
I think new batch has stronger magnets.
Yeah. I mean, I only have the new batch, and I like it.
Okay, I like both of them, but yeah, personally, I would put it, I think, on B tier.
Yep, I think that's safe. I think it's a very inoffensive cube. Like I think everyone who uses it likes it. It feels good. It performs okay, but it's not. I mean, it's very quiet. I think that's the most special thing about it is that it's super quiet, but it's not really feature packed. Some people don't like the magnets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But I
just
think-
think it has something unique to it.
Yes. Yeah. I think. Yeah. Okay. What would you do for the Tengen V2 then?
I'd put it right next to it.
Well, okay. So let's do this then, because I agree, but I think it's a little bit better because
Yeah,
the adjustment system's a little bit fancier. So we'll put it right there.
yeah.
It's
Sure.
like a A- B plus. Okay. And now we have a ton of Gan cubes,
Yes.
and they all look
So,
the same.
Yeah, it's okay. I got you. I got your back. So the first
Okay.
one is the GAN 11.
Yeah.
I consider that an A tier cube.
Not S tier.
No. I think the price is a little off-putting for most people, and the cube hasn't penetrated the market to a sufficient extent where, you can tell that it's going to be overwhelmingly loved. So
But what about the box? Does that not help it?
yes, so I made an Instagram video where I just opened the box and went, "Ooh," and it got like 6,000 views. So maybe the box has something to do with it. But yeah, it's at least an A tier cube. It's
Okay.
at least an A tier cube.
Okay, I don't have it yet, but I believe you. It looks good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is this next one?
That's the GAN 354.
Oh, oh, I have mixed feelings about this cube.
Do you want my opinion on it?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, I
like
think
the
it's a D
personal.
tier cube.
Oh, you think D? I was gonna go C.
Yeah,
I'm okay
so
with
like
D.
yeah, I mean it has QC problems. I get
Yes.
complaints all the time.
Yeah, I have some magnet issues with it.
Yeah, magnet issues. Nobody notable uses it for any purpose.
Hey. That's not true. Speedcube Review likes this cube. Okay, he's notable.
Who's that?
Speedcube Review, Sean.
No, we're making a Speedcube review right now. Who's?
What? This is like Sean's main.
No, we're making a Speedcube review. What are you talking about? Speedcube review likes this.
Okay.
No,
So
I'm just kidding. I like
I would put it I would put it C tier.
Yeah.
Because I do get pretty good times on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it is objectively not great.
Yeah. And to be fair to Sean, I think he's known for his intelligence in reviewing cubes and learning methods and FMC and not so much speed solve. And you know, if you took the GAN 354 to like a speed solving, if you looked at it in a speed solving centric perspective, it wouldn't do very well. It's just my opinion.
Yeah, well, his turn style is also very unique, right? Like he turns really slowly, and
Yeah,
like his solves
and
are very efficient. It's like focus
really
on
deliberately,
efficiency.
yeah.
Yes, yeah, and so like for that kind of turn style, I think any of these cubes would be equivalently good for him. So I think he probably likes it because of the size more than anything, to be honest.
Yeah, he recently said he was using 50 millimeter cubes.
Yeah. So I imagine this is why he likes the 354 so much.
Yeah.
All right. This
That's
is
the GAN Air.
I defer to your judgment. I assume this is A or B tier.
Yeah, I would consider it B tier.
Okay.
I don't think this cube was all that exciting when it released because the its identity wasn't managed very well. It was like a copy of an old cube that didn't have a lot of explanation behind it.
Yep.
But you know, functionally it's good, and I think I actually like it over the XS.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, because it's simpler and it's cheaper and it's more stable to me. So
Okay.
yeah, it's my onion, of course.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Should we-
the next
actually,
one.
let's.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say let's just skip to the XS then, because it seems so similar to the Aero.
Sure. What would you do for that guy?
So I would put the XS as A tier. I mean, I personally don't like this cube. I think there's a lot of problems with it, but clearly other people like it, and they're faster than me, so I trust them. I think
a world record cube.
it is a world record cube. It's it's loved by many people of all levels. It is expensive. It's kind of nice. Like it makes you feel good. Like you use the cube and it's like, okay, this is a quality product.
It's buyer's remorse, you know. It's like I spent $60, I gotta feel good.
I'll tell you buyer's remorse. Okay, I bought one of these, right, and it was really bad, and so what do? I bought another one to make sure that it was better, and it was. So then I had to check, right? This is the scientist in me. So I bought a third one and confirmed that the stickerless was better, and then I had to get the collector's edition. So now I have 4 XSs.
Why'd you do that?
Well, 3 of them are quite good. One of them is like below F tier, but 3 of them are good.
All right, fair enough. Okay, so we got the GAN. What is that? The 356M. That was like the really plain GAN cube.
I like it. I mean, I would put it B tier probably. I think it's very similar to the ARM. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Because the price is also a lot better.
Yes, I think it's a good price. It's a good cube for what you get. Yeah, and I was also a fan of the GAN X. So to me, the 356M was kind of like the cheaper version of the GAN X. So yeah, I'm quite fond of this cube.
Sure. Then I think the last GAN cube is the XV2.
Yes.
Not a fan.
I didn't like this cube. I like the XV1 a lot more.
Yeah, and then what they did was they changed the glossy plastic to the frosted, and that was just like, brah, why you got to do that?
I'm actually, I'm going to be bold. I think it's a C tier cube
I think so. I would put it there.
Especially because it came after the Gan XV1. So I think if the V1 did not exist, this would maybe be a B tier cube. But to me, it felt like a downgrade.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm gonna put it at C tier.
Yeah. Okay, so we got the Meilong.
Oh, this is okay. Personally, I think this is an A tier cube, but I'm guessing you don't think so.
I think it's between A and B. It's
Okay.
you know, so if you do put it in A, I wouldn't like object to it because it's such a simple, elegant cube.
Yep.
A lot of people overlook it because
Yes.
there are other competing cubes on the market. But yeah, the Meilong is one of the best cubes you can get for the money, easily.
Yeah. How much does it cost? It's super cheap, right?
It's like $6 or $7.
Right. So it's a little bit cheaper than the RS3M. You don't get the dual adjustment system. It's a little bit smaller than the RS3M. I think it's like 1 millimeter smaller.
Yeah, it's $6.
But it actually looks a lot like a Gan Cube, like the mechanism. Yeah, I really like this cube. We'll put it at the low end of A tier.
Sure.
Monster Go S tier for the logo. I mean, where do you put it? If okay, let's say you slapped a Gan logo on there. Okay, you like change the center caps. Then where would you put the Monster Go?
I would put it on D tier.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. But just so we're clear, keeping the logo S tier without the logo D tier. It's like actually a lot of people were messaging me because they bought the cube specifically for the logo, and like yeah, they just had a spare 3x3 otherwise. But I think a lot of people actually replaced a lot of their Gan Cube logos with the Monster Go logo instead. Anyway, what is this cube?
The GTS3.
What?
The GTS3.
Oh, I mean that's the same as whatever the. Oh, we haven't done the Moyu cubes yet. I see.
No, we don't have the GTS2M on our list because it's a little
GTS2M. That's also an S tier cube for me.
Yeah, I mean it's a world record cube, but
I don't have this cube actually. I only have the worm.
Oh, okay. Well, this cube is essentially the worm, except
with ridges.
It has ridges and stronger magnets.
Oh, okay. Oh, I like stronger
yeah.
magnets.
Yeah, the Moyu logic, dude. Like they made their Megamix with ridges, a WRM. Yeah, I would consider this a C tier cube.
Oh, really?
Okay. Like a B or a C tier. Yeah, it's because it has a feature that was considered a risk, and it was kind of polarizing. And like a lot of its aspects were actually polarizing, right? It had ridges and it had really strong magnets, and those features I feel would likely exclude parts of the market automatically from enjoying the cube. So it was cool for what it was, but like functionally it wasn't like interesting to me.
Well, okay, so question for you then. So do you think that a cube is better if it fits a lot of people 80% of the way, or if it fits a specific person 100% of the way? Because I know a lot of people who use the GTS3 and they love this cube because they like the ridges and they like the strong magnets. So for them, it's like the perfect cube.
Yeah. So if they should make their own tier list and put it S tier.
Okay. All right. Got it.
but like, I mean, like my job, like I literally make a living trying to get as many people cubes as possible. So I think my viewpoint would be more aligned with like utilitarian.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Worm, I have to imagine you want to put this above the GTS3.
Yeah, I would put it A or B. It's a good cube.
A or B. Wait, this is the Worm 2020, right?
Oh, the Worm 2020.
Wait, right? That's what this is, right?
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, that's the Worm 2020.
Yeah, okay. I like the original Worm more.
I do too.
I mean, I'm okay with I'm between A and B on this one.
Yeah, the highest I would put it is B.
Okay, so we'll take the average. So we'll say B.
Okay. Yeah.
It feels good. I don't get great times on it.
Yeah, it turns like in a straight line too fast for me.
Yes.
Like when you start the turn, it turns really aggressively and then it's hard to stop. And because it doesn't reverse like extremely flexibly, it sometimes can hurt you.
I've actually dropped this cube a number of times. Like it's just flown out of my hands because of that reverse corner cutting. What is this cube? Original Meilong?
That's the original Worm.
All right. This is S or A for me.
Yeah, it's I think A for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a solid cube. People still use it. I like it a lot. All right, your main
Yeah, that's my main.
F
Okay,
tier.
I'm gonna defer to you. Okay.
You use it, so it's F tier. No, I don't know. I like it. I think it's another. It's similar to the Meilong for me, where it's like it's a solid cube that just it doesn't have any fancy features, but it's good and it's
Yeah.
cheap. So you're not
Yeah.
risking a lot when you buy it.
Yeah, I would put it A or B. Um,
It's a little. It's
it's
big for me.
yeah.
Like I think I definitely feel the size difference, especially between the Meilong
Yeah.
and the MS. I definitely feel the size the difference in size. But yeah, no, I think it's a good cube.
Volk
It's C or B for me.
Yeah, me too.
Um, all right, let's think about this. Okay, it wastes a lot of plastic, so C. It has center magnets, which puts it B tier. It has colored springs, which is stupid, so it's C tier.
Wait, it's like the guy designing it was like, okay, I got the best idea ever. Let's release technology from 2017.
Actually, you want to know the most annoying thing about the Elite for me was that so I got the black version, and it comes with all these extra center caps, right? So when I had to change the center magnets, I had to re-sticker just the center sticker myself. And I don't
They
want
not
to.
sticker the centers.
No, they give you extra sticker sets, but you have to sticker them yourself. They give you just black
Oh.
caps, and to me,
that
that's
makes
really
sense.
dumb. So actually,
No, it
this
doesn't
is
make sense. Sorry.
this is a D tier mistake. Okay, I think that stickerless one is okay. I'll say C tier.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah, it's looking like my report card. It's okay. So next up, we have the MGC Elite.
Ooh, how do you feel about this one?
I would consider it a C tier cube. I don't think it's like super competitively viable, but it's a good try, and it's a step up from before. The iteration before. It has a cool feature. The adjustment features are pretty well designed, and the price is okay.
Yep.
So yeah, I
This
would
was
consider it.
I think I agree. Performance wise, I think it's not. I don't think it's as good, but I remember when I came back to cubing, this was the cube that surprised me the most because the dual adjustment system was really easy to use. Like you can tension with your finger. You don't need a stupid tool.
Exactly.
And the magnetic adjustment system was also really easy to use. So I think
Yes.
like from a design perspective, this is like an S tier design wise for me, but the actual QB pieces are not that great. And like my times on it are not super good, and it feels kind of generic. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think C tier is fair.
Yeah. Didn't the magnets need a flathead screwdriver to adjust?
They did, yep.
Yeah,
But again, but that's a tool that everyone has, right? Like as opposed to like these weird plastic tools that come.
Proprietary GAN tool.
Yeah, exactly. Now we have 3 left.
Yep, that's the Yulong V2.
Yes, I personally really like this cube. I think it's better than the MS, but I have gotten 1 pop on it, and I've never popped my MS.
Okay, that's a very odd sort of criteria. I got 1 pop on it.
But here's the thing, right? Pops in 2020. I don't know if they're acceptable. No, I think it's a good cube. I'm gonna put it D tier. I think it's on par. You know what? I think it's better than the Monster Go. Yeah, D tier
I mean,
for
it's
me.
it's like a third of the price of the Monster Go.
It's also cheaper than any Gan Cube.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so that's the Yushin Little Magic 3x3.
This is the
Yeah.
okay. Let's do the old one, the original.
Okay. Yeah, the original is a classic. Like
Well,
it's actually
okay.
the only non-magnetic cube we have on this list.
Yeah, you're not gonna like this, I don't think, but I think this is a solidly F tier cube, and I know a lot of people disagree. What would you rank it? You think it's good,
so
right?
I mean, like, if you're gonna use the Volk's history to like buff it to S tier, I think like taking everything into consideration, like how many units this cube has sold, it's one of the best selling cubes. And like, if you go to any store,
Yeah.
and you sort from like best sellers, that cube is going to be near the top. Like it's been like maybe the first speed cube of so many cubers and got them encouraged to cube more. I think like its function definitely warrants at least like a B or a C.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say S or A at first.
No, I
Okay,
mean it's kind of old. It's kind of old.
it
So
is.
yeah, I mean like
Here's the thing. So this cube is like $4, right?
five. Yeah.
$5. Yeah. So the argument is that it's a $5 cube. For a $5 cube, it's pretty good. The problem is, it feels like a $5 cube to me.
Yeah.
So
And I mean,
the comparison is that like a Meilong 3M is like $7 or something, right?
six.
But yeah, so it's $1 more. It feels significantly more durable. Like it feels significantly better,
And it's
right?
magnets, so.
Yeah. Well, even without the magnets, like the quality of the plastic is so much better. So I remember when I got two of these Yushin Little Magics, they both had discolored white faces.
Yikes.
And yeah, I mean, it didn't feel like an expensive cube. Not that it should, but for $1 more, you can get something that feels substantially better. So for me, that's why I was being facetious by putting in an F tier, but I can't put it higher than the Meilong 3M. So B or C for me.
All right. So
yeah.
maybe like just put it in a C tier.
Okay. Well, here we'll put somewhere there. Actually, yeah, I think I like it more than the Elite. Okay. And then the last one, the new Yushin Little Magic M.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Would you agree with D tier?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay,
what
cool.
they did was they made the springs weaker. It
Yes,
was really
the springs
weird.
were whole. Yeah, it was. Yes, go on.
And I'm like, dude, why did you make it categorically worse? Like, personally, I get the, like, so I compared a little magic that, like, our Pro Shop makes with the stronger magnets and, like, the actual original springs versus this one. I personally get the same times. Like, I don't suffer very much.
Yep.
But I feel like most other people would be kind of put off and be like, why the heck did they do something when it didn't require any changes whatsoever? It was really weird.
Yeah, this cube was odd for me because I did a spring swap, and after I swapped the springs, I liked it. Like, it had a good feel. I got pretty good times on it. The problem is this cube is supposed to be really cheap, and if I'm gonna have to buy springs to swap them out, it kind of defeats the purpose. Because out of the box, to me, this was not a very good cube. And yeah, the price I don't think is really justified given the competition.
Yeah, but it does have one unique feature.
What's that?
It's the cheapest magnetic glossy cube, I think. Nope. The Yulong V2. So
Wait, isn't the
it is-
Meilong 3M also glossy?
no, it's frosted.
Oh, I think I polished it myself and forgot.
Oh well then, okay. Yeah, so it's actually it's the second cheapest glossy plastic magnetic 3x3. The first is the Yulong V2, but the Yulong V2's got it beat. I think the Yulong V2 out of the box is categorically better than the Little Magic M.
Yes. You know, this is a pretty normal looking distribution.
Yeah, you have a few exceptional cubes, and then most of the cubes are stuck in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah, were you surprised by any of these?
No, not really. I actually kind of, yes, because to me the Gan cubes are all the same, and it's interesting that they actually fit into multiple tiers. Given that I think they're all the same cube.
There's a Gan cube in every tier from A to D.
Yes, and I think a lot of that has to do with pricing.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting to see the two cubes at the top. You know, that's I expected the RS3M to be there, but I didn't expect the Volk to be there.
Yeah, well, actually, I was just looking at the Volk series. It's kind of funny, right? Because we have one in S tier, one in C tier, and one in F tier.
Yeah. I mean, but honestly, if you looked at stats for, like, you know, what people are maining, in like competitive solver wise, it might show that more people prefer the older Volk.
Yeah. What do you think people watching this would disagree with?
I don't think they would rate the MS that high. I actually feel like bad rating it that high, or
Okay.
Maybe I didn't rate it that high, but like I think it fits more in B. I think they would
Okay.
disagree with that.
Well, we can move it to B.
Oh, thank you. Now it's this distribution's a little better. But Yeah, I mean, like it's my favorite cube out of all these cubes, but I think that's a really like minority preference, like a super minority preference. And I think the Weilong WRM 2020
Uh-huh.
is just super strange cube. I think whoever so like I basically made a video like half roasting Moyu, I think like a week or two ago.
Yeah, I
But
watched it.
oh well, thank you. But I think part of the problem with the Weilong WRM 2020 was it released so close to the RS3M 2020, and it had 2020 in its name, and so
Yep.
the cubes, like, people subconsciously just made a lot of associations and comparisons between the cube.
Yep.
And I can't, like, if I got the RS3M 2020, I can't tell you how many people would pay an additional, like $25-$30 to get the Weilong WRM 2020.
Yeah, I
Like,
totally agree. The release dates were really close. The
yeah.
features are so similar. I remember when the Worm 2020 was announced, I was very confused by it
Mhm.
because I was like excited, new Moyu flagship, but also, at that point I was already using the RS3M as
Uh-huh.
my main, and I was like, well, I can't really see myself switching to something three
Hmm.
times as expensive for like the same features.
Yeah, and it was strange because you would think that they would try to make the Weilong a more distinctive line,
Yep.
right? Because the uh, the RS3M felt one way, and then the Weilong WRM felt another way. But
Yep.
then instead of making the 2020 Weilong closer to the original WRM, they made it closer to the RS3M, further cannibalizing the products.
Yeah, well, yeah. Personally, I think the RS3M was a mistake. This cube was too good. Like they
Wait,
should have they should have made it worse.
no, they
Because
should
like
have just released the Weilong 2020 later, bro.
or that. In any case, this is too good. Like the RS3M is too good. It's too good of a
Yeah,
cube
yeah,
for
too
what
good.
it is. And I think it's hard to live up to that like expectation now and that hype. Right?
Hmm.
Like you made a video about the RS2M and RS4M. Like they're just not as good. And there's an
Well,
expectation now.
I think they're categorically terrible. I think they should not have been made. Like those two cubes.
Okay, but would you have felt so strongly about that if the RS3M was also bad?
Yeah, because there's no
You
point
just
in
don't think
them.
they should
Like the
exist? Okay.
Meilong 2x2 and the Meilong 4x4, I think are on average going to be more attractive to the average Speedcuber.
Yeah, fair enough. Yep.
And it's made by the same factory. It's not like they're
Right.
trying to compete against Qi. Like
Right.
they just spent money to compete against themselves. That's galaxy brain move right there. Um,
Yeah. Maybe it's like what animals do, right? They lay 100 eggs and they hope that like two make it.
yeah, but they don't pay injection molding fees to make those eggs, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Well. Okay. Yeah. So that was weird. But yeah, and I mean there are a lot of GAN cubes. There are a
Yes.
lot of GAN cubes, and I think your video and your statements about how similar these cubes are does like it does show in this video, and in this tier list. It's just they have so many cubes that are laterally related,
Yep.
like the XV2 Air M. It's everything is based on the same mechanism that the Air M's really suffered because it was way too lateral and not like a move up.
Yeah. Well, so that's the thing is people get confused because they think that I think it's a bad cube, and that's not the case. I'm positive that it's a great cube. The issue is really just when it was released and how it was released, right? It's not a knock on the cube in and of itself. Like I think self-contained it's a great cube, but I was confused
Yeah,
by the release.
it's funny because like GAN was like it's not supposed to be creative. It's part of the same lateral, you know, generation. I'm like, okay, I think that's a communication problem.
Yeah, then maybe maybe don't name it the ARM.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's more of like a communication issue because if you name a cube something different,
Yep.
like GAN cubes never really like after the SM, they really stopped using the word air. and they stopped using words in general. It's just combinations of letters and numbers. And
Yeah.
so when you bring it back, it kind of implies that the cube is new, and it implies that the cube has certain qualities to it.
Yep.
But then they didn't explain that it's part of the same generation, probably because, like, if they did, they would have felt like, oh, we're just admitting that the cube is on, like, the boring side. What does this say about me? All my mains are B tier.
I mean, you're a B tier cuber. Okay, hold on. To be fair here, we'll do this then. Okay, I'm a C tier cuber.
No, you're good. Don't worry, man. No, but it's like weird. Like, so like the Tangyun and the MS, those are my two most recent mains. They're both B tier, but I think they're B tier because they don't, on average, appeal to the wide variety of cubers, which is why it's like, okay, it's not that exciting of a cube. But
yeah, these days I use the RS3M and the XS the most.
Oh, classy. Okay, I see how it is.
Yeah. Well, I bought 4 of the XSs, so I gotta put them to good use.
Yeah. Yes. But I think the same argument goes when we were talking about Sean's turning style. It's like the same with me. I don't turn super fast, so I prioritize comfort.
Yeah, I definitely spam TPS, which admittedly is not very high these days. But I still try to spam TPS, so I need a cube that turns very, very lately.
So you try to do a thing, but you're not good at the thing?
Well, yeah, this is why I average whatever I average, right? Otherwise I would be fast.
Oh, man, I'm totally going to clip that. Why are my mains B tier? Well, you're a B tier cuber. No, but in all seriousness, like, if we were rating, like, types of cubers, I probably would be a B tier cuber.
Okay, you want to do that next time?
Okay. Okay, this has been fun.
Yeah. So if you guys are watching this and you enjoyed this, make sure to leave a comment below saying what you want us to make a tier list for next time. And also, if you disagree with any of our options, too bad. You can make your own tier list.
Yeah, make your own tier list. It's actually fun. It's free. You just have to sign up with some shady Twitter stuff. But yeah, we can make tier lists about anything. We can make tier lists about what flavor of buffalo wings are great, cubers, YouTubers, reviews of a certain product. Videos, events. Events is gonna hurt.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
I'm super down to do it.
Okay, yeah, whatever. The whole point is to be expressive, and then it could be about anything. So just let us know in the comments what you want to see.
Yep. Awesome. All right. Thanks, Phil. This was a lot of fun. And thanks to all of you for watching. Until next time. Toodles.
All the pieces feel the same, don't they?